I'm convinced that this is something where he can sort of bring it out and put it back, I'm going to be cool with it. You can, if you bring it into you, you can bring it back out, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Are you lying to her?
Is that? Do I have any sense of whether that plan is viable?
Knowledge Arcana.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Professor, he's curious.
18?
I'll roll on that. This debate about tattoos.
I could do that too. I've also got knowledge arcana.
Everyone's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing, Luudo? You're not just mixing things in here.
16. The professor.
32?
There are sorcerers called tattooed sorcerers that do have tattoo familiars. Alchemists can do weird things with familiars.
And those tattoo familiars, do they come out and walk around like real cats?
Yes.
And then they just sort of pop back onto the flesh?
Yeah, they might look a little bit different than a real cat, but they are something that pops out. Otherwise, having a familiar on your body is kind of
a move, sort of thing.
the familiar that would just be a less powerful familiar.
It's not going to look like that, though. And I point to his horrible jailhouse.
Luudo's gonna grab his arms like, no, it's just purely for symbolism.
He is after doing the weird twist on the ritual. Luudo is continuing to restore life to the cat.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Yes, so am I. Do continue.
I'm losing a little more blood than I thought I was gonna lose. I'm feeling very lightheaded.
No, you're fine. Keep going.
Whiskey.
I'm intrigued by that, too.
Do you want me to smash the little kitten?
What the hell, man?
No, Tech, please. Please, no smash the kitten.
Okay. Tech is just watching. He's really stupid right now, so... Yeah. How dare you, says Pixel. You have our blessing, says Pixel to Luudo, whispering in your ear. Weird buzzing.
What the? Is there flies in here?
The crawling hand looks bored when life starts to return.
Yeah, he ruined a perfectly good familiar.
Shelsa begins to form into a cat, while at the same time half flowing into a tattoo. What's weird about your shitty tattoo is that it looks much better now, but it seems to be moving around your skin like it's not located in one space. It actually, the cat disappears into your tattoo, and you can feel the tattoo moving around your chest to the other arm, and the cat's kind of coming down the arm and then coming out, and her head's coming out, and it's half in your arm and half looking right up at you. It's glowing eyes locked into a stare into its master's eyes, and it's reaching out a little paw to say hello, and I'm going to show you what Shelsa looks like now that she has been tainted with ink.
Tainted? You mean enhanced?
Her name's Kitty Tat.
I suppose that's much better than Mr. Cool.
Oh.
Kitty tat as opposed to putty tat?
Like kitty cat.
I taught.
Yeah.
On your arm.
That's exactly right. Oh my god.
Kitty Tat. Kitty Tat.
Where is Shelsa hanging out here?
Yeah, I'm creating the token.
I see. Cool.
Token tool is... It's saying too big. The image is too big.
I never had that problem.
Well, we didn't have that problem with the previous chain devil.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That chain devil is so pissed off, it's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. You tried to drown
It nearly did.
You tried to drown it.
I was really hoping I could drown it.
You would have, it would have believed so hard that pond was frozen over and thrashed against it, and I would have asked, "Are you letting it break the pond?" And you would have went, "No."
Of course, we would have said no to that one. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll let him out. Maybe he'll be my friend now.
No, I like him.
Hey, Janie.
Okay. Here is Shelsa.
Kitty.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Claw action.
That's cute. Jesus.
Coming out of your arm. She's
Action photo.
she paws at your nose when you call her kitty tat.
Kitty tat.
And you can feel it's curious. Like you can feel its emotional state, and it can feel yours. What do you feel towards Shelsa?
A surprising connection that Luudo didn't think he'd have with an animal or a tattoo for that matter, or the combination of both.
Yep.
Ludo's going to give a little down at his knuckles and see if it'll come down.
Oh yeah, she hasn't pounced in a long time. She pounces towards your knuckles and their claws and they go into your skin and wow, that felt weird.
And then Ludo's gonna look at everybody and then he's gonna flick his arm and see if she'll eject his body that way.
Yep, she a bunch of ink and fur as she
I did not think that was gonna work. Wow.
That is something.
It sits up and looks up at you.
Hi, little baby. Yeah. I like you too.
Shelsa,
It's purring and rubbing up against Ludo's legs.
how wonderful.
But weirdly, wherever your skin is, it
Right,
kind of like
starts
melds
melting
in and then kind of melds out. She rubs up so hard against one of your legs that she comes out your other ankle. That felt weird because it traveled up and over and down.
Oh.
Fascinating. Shelsa, do you remember your friend Vladimir? I'm going to go with yes on that, probably. Would you like to go see Vladimir? Oh, that sounds like a definite yes.
I'm gonna tap my shoulder. So
Okay, she jumps up and she finds your skin and then goes in, and the tattoo actually can grow and shrink in size.
Right.
It eventually wiggles its way up to the collar of your shirt and is peeking up under your neck like you envisioned.
Finally got my neck tattoo. Yes.
It's now this puffy head sticking out of the neck tattoo, looking
Campaign's
around.
amazing.
That was the best $5 you ever spent,
That was
man.
the best 5 to 8. I don't remember.
You didn't have money to get into the museum, but you sure had money for that cat tattoo.
Damn, did I look fly?
Alright, this is the rebirth of Shelsa, and I'm gonna call her Shelsa Inkheart.
Nice.
AK in quotation marks.
In quotation marks,
Kitty tat.
kitty tat.
Just gonna call her Tat.
Yeah, it's all in good humor and fun, so she doesn't mind. She hisses at the bug.
Oh.
It seems a little wary of Zephyros.
Oh, he's just big.
Okay, she's convinced that it's not a big thing. She just doesn't want to get squished by it. 5th level. I don't know if you have familiar speech left yet.
I think 5th level, you get it.
This 5th level, when you sleep for the first time, you might get a special language that only you and Shelsa
Sweet.
understand.
Yeah, I think
Ink tongue?
is
Mhm.
when. I think that's when it kicks in.
Okay, for now it's eager to see Vladimir.
I think we're gonna head right on up over there.
Kind of a mix of emotions though to see Vladimir. Like maybe it's remembering things.
Ooh, lover's quarrel?
Yeah, there's a bit of an annoyance.
Uh-oh.
And she had a collar too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a collar that said Chelsea.
Wearing the collar, the stuff she's wearing turns into tattoo as well.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'll just wear it as a thing, I guess, but it works.
Yep. The group of you leaves this chamber finally after picking up your cool tools and resurrecting Shelsa, and soon find yourselves back within the main room of the hut after your long adventure. I'm going to copy pasta the Qualish apparatus and Shelsa up into the hut.
And did it.
Champions! We barely managed to not die that time.
Freaking did it.
I was sickened when I came out. That was close.
Manny closes the hatch, and the hatch slowly disappears into the woodworks. I call that successful.
Yes, we're all still alive. Luudo has a new tattoo.
There's a pang of anger from the pocket where you keep the cards.
Oh. I'll reach in and pull them out, and I'll walk over. I guess we're all right here. I'll kneel down and start doing.
I'm going to need to step out for about 10 minutes to take a call related to some work paging issue. But I'll be back after that. Sure. Pretty much, if Vladimir isn't totally pissed, my character's goal is to get some stuff out of Vladimir.
Yeah, Luudo, once Vladimir hops down, kind of sensed something. Shelsa hopped out of Luudo and they're now kind of like nose to nose and meowing at
each other again.
Yep.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I'll be back hopefully soon.
The anger from Zellara.
I'll pull out the cards and start doing a reading.
Okay.
Okay, I'm officially back. I lost connectivity there.
Everyone's dropping.
Zelara's mad. We're not sure what she wants. I'm about to do a reading with the cards. Do you want a reading, or is she just taking over as soon as the cards are out?
Let's see. You guys have drawn the Forge, the Bear, the Demon's Lantern, the Waxworks, the Vision, the Mute Hag, the Lost, the Tyrant, and the Unicorn. People on stream can't see that. Let's see.
Is Malbut taking a butt bath?
Malbut was taking a bath, yes. He's hiding in the bathtub.
Spiders!
It's a spider fighting arena.
He seems to be very frightened of something. Makarnam just doesn't really explain it too very well. Let's see.
Zelara's image appears next to the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I have got her. I do. She lets the cards float up. And you can see that there are 6 suits that begin to float up around her. She's looking very cross. She pulls out Sorry, I'm trying to find the right card.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 suits are before her. They're kind of above her head. The hammer, the key, the shield, the book, the star, and the crown. These aren't specific cards, but she has the spinning symbols of each of them above her head.
Hammer, key, book, star.
Hammer, key, shield, book, star, and crown.
Shield. Star and crown.
She issues to them almost like she's saying that these could be yours, but she holds them back. The one card that she places out in front of her at the center of a reading, but you can't see the other cards, is an empty throne upside down.
She like presents this to us.
Yes? And she points at it. And she looks really mad.
Mm.
And then you hear the din of angry voices and fire. And somebody distinctly shout, "Sovereign King is dead." Then you hear the jackboots and the misery that will come. As she places the Queen Mother card above the empty throne, the throne remains upside down. She waves her hand, and those cards go off to the side. For the other one, she simply puts her hand down, and the little bit of thread from her son's shawl, from his scarf, comes off of Luudo.
Right.
And raises up, and she kind of like holds her hand above it like she's holding like it's a bit of a little spark of flame.
Mm-hmm.
She blows on it. She looks angry, and there is no card that she dares pull for this. She simply points at the hatch and pulls up a card that I don't think is actually in the deck, but it is from some different deck, and it's the card of death.
Mm.
She waves her hands at these two piles, the death card that is floating above the hatch, and the Queen Mother card that is placed upon an upside down throne, and both of these things issue palpable anger from the spirit of Zellara. And this cruel, twisted look in her eyes, a spirit bent on vengeance.
Mm.
She is offering you the hammer, the key, the shield, the book, the star, and the crown, and the power that these basic harrowing suits represent in exchange for righting the wrongs that she's presented you. She knows, and you know, that the past lives that she has granted you glimpses of have now caught up in power and knowledge with your own lives. And from this point forward, your lives will be dual. We'll call that Gestalt.
Mm-hmm.
But she hints, orbiting like stars above her head, that if you agree to this bargain with the spirit, she will continue to give you power.
Yes, I think I understand, girl. You want the vengeance you seek, righting the wrong of your son's death. We've found where Baba Yaga sits, her throne where he was sacrificed, but you won't rest until he's avenged. And this business with the Queen Mother and the upside-down throne, whatever has happened in the city to the sovereign king, yes, somehow that offends you as well. You want vengeance for it, I think. Is that correct?
Vengeance, yes, to the death card. She's asking you to kill Baba Yaga?
Yes, vengeance against Baba Yaga, and in exchange, the powers you can grant us.
She nods slowly.
Well, seems we've already made that deal, so may as well double down on it.
She puts her hand towards the other side, which you may not have explained to her liking.
Mm-hmm.
The empty throne represents the present. The Queen Mother over top of the upside-down empty throne represents the future.
Yes.
Normally, regents and sovereigns don't rule from upside-down thrones.
The present is confused, then it is perverted in a way. It is upside down the time we live in. It has been toppled. What do you seek to tell us about the future, girl?
She simply pushes her hand towards it, almost like, this is your mess.
Set it right.
She nods.
Not one.
And then, in a tantalizing way, the powers of the stars of the six suits begin to orbit around, and they almost feel like they're physical things. And if you agree to Zellara's pact, she will grant you increasing powers of the hammer, or strength. The powers of the key, or dexterity. Powers of the shield, or constitution. The powers of the book, or intelligence. The power of the star, or wisdom. Or powers of the crown, equal to charisma.
Well,
This is the bargain that Zellara, twister of fates and reader of such, can grant you.
seems as though we were going to do a good amount of this anyway. May as well get to pay for it. You can count me in, Zellara. I won't rest until you can rest.
I will.
She accepts your bargain. And the motes are floating ahead of you for you to pick one.
Going right for that book.
Okay, you reach up and you touch the book, and the book kind of like opens up and disappears into your head. And you are granted a +2 inherent bonus to intelligence.
Fuck yeah.
The book kind of like reappears in the orbit above her head, and she wonders if there are any others that will enter into this spiritual pact.
I'm gonna look over to Manny.
He looks at you.
I don't know, I denied the first request from a ghost. I don't know if I'm ready to break it now. How do you feel?
She hasn't led us astray. I found religion because of her.
This is true.
Killing that hag. Just sneak up behind her and smash her over the head or something. You know it's never that easy. We have said that about so many things.
Well, Manny. Alright then. Ludo's going to...
She looks at Luudo and there's a brief smile that crosses her face as she sees the cat kind of next to you.
I'm going to tip my cap and give her a smile back.
But then her face is serious, like it's time to make soul pacts.
Sweet, sweet Zellara. So far, it's been quite the adventure, and you haven't wronged me in any way, so I accept your pact. Humbly, of course.
She smiles.
Does
And then,
There's the orbiting 6
yeah,
symbols that are
I'm
around.
gonna wait for it to go, and then go, that, and grab the key.
Okay, yeah, the key. It, like Ludo's signature is almost the key. You grab a hold of the key and it absorbs into your hand, and you feel a great alacrity begin to course through your veins, and you are granted a +2 inherent bonus to dexterity.
I think the hand, seeing what I just did, will give a thumbs up.
Yep.
And then attempt to grab the book as well.
Okay, so it runs forward and tries to grab the book. It just goes through the illusory thing, like there's nothing there, and the hand's like...
It goes like...
yeah, like... it scurries up on your shoulder. Zellara smiles wryly. You know that the thing is bonded to your soul and you're the master, so it benefits from your intelligence.
The hand isn't super enthusiastic about that, so it tries to assert its independence when it can.
Zellara waits. She still has the motes of light floating in front of her. Which one should I pick? The star or hammer?
Strength or calm? Was that the star? Or is that the shield? Sorry.
Wisdom. Strength or wisdom?
Oh. Strength. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I give him a look like, look at you.
I'm with Luudo. She smiles a kind smile to Manny, although there's a hint of sadness when Manny says that.
Soul is damned.
And he grabs for the symbol and I feel great. That's what he says.
You look great.
As Manny gains a +2 inherent bonus to strength, boosting his strength to a whopping 23, and we're probably going to create a conflict page.
Oh, did I just?
yeah, we're probably all conflicting over the same thing. Okay, Manny has entered into a soul pact with Zellara.
I mean, it's not like that tall of an order. Defeat like the greatest witch in the multiverse. Fix the world in some nebulous way.
Matt might be a little disappointed, but hey.
There's no time frame this has to happen.
No, the fact that the symbols are still there and you've caught a glimpse of the power that Zellara might be able to give you, there may be more rewards the further you progress in these paths.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm down to have a fucking 25 int right now. Like, I'm down for that.
Oh, so smart. She is waiting for others to make their decision. Makronom actually comes up to Zephyrus.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Can you help me?
Well, Makronom, we are one big party, are we not?
I enjoy eating and keeping for all of you.
So if you're going to be coming with us in any case, you might as well say yes, like I will.
Okay, I'll let you go first and then I'll pick what you pick.
Zephyrus steps forward and says, I'll accept as well.
She smiles kindly to Zephyrus and actually gives him a nod, almost like she respects Zephyrus's title as a Tusker.
Thank you.
Which sigil do you pick?
I was very quiet while you were doing this because you're breaking up quite a lot. What are the options that I have? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry that the internet.
That's
froze.
okay. It's okay.
Hammer, key, shield, book, star, and crown, and I'm going to paste into chat the ability scores that these things affect.
I think it would be prudent of me to chase int a little bit.
Okay.
Chase that sweet int dragon.
Yeah, I think I have to. It's a good thing for a wizard to have.
And mages too. It's definitely not bad for you as a magus.
Zephyros, Zelara's waiting for you to swear, and you.
So Zephyros, I think it's the book. Yeah, Zephyros selects the book and swears the oath.
Okay. Zellara accepts, and do you feel the knowledge of the book flowing into your brain, and there are these subtle but profound ideas that flood into your head and nuances that now make more sense to you. You know that this gift will help with your battle magics and other things. You have entered into a pact with the spirit.
And this gives me an inherent +2 for int?
Yes, this stacks with enhancement bonuses and other bonuses. There should be a column for inherent bonuses.
Yeah, so my +5 becomes a +7, and my 21 becomes a 23.
Excellent.
And that will change all my spell tables and things as well.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, but I'm with them.
She acknowledges Makranam as a living thing. You guys might want to help Makranam make a choice of which sigil he is to pick.
I tenuously understand how Makranam.
Makranam is a budding Blood Rager. Blood Ragers need strength and charisma, and he's Gestalt Rogue.
Which is
he's charisma and strength are both +4.
Strength might not be a bad one, because if he's a rogue and also a blood rager, like he could hide as a pot and then stab him for.
Yep.
And he does grapple and all sorts of stuff that I'm assuming uses strength, right?
Yeah, that sounds like how it works.
I'll pick that one. You want me to pick that one?
Yeah, go ahead, Makranam.
Okay, I'm going to pick,
He thinks about it for a moment.
the hammer. It's not a container.
Have
a container?
Makranam.
Oh, I feel really good. Oh, I'm with you guys. Part of the team. I'm gonna eat all the things and store all the other things.
Makranam's voice is so much fun to do.
Yeah, Makranam is a lot of fun.
Pixel is dancing around above Pharisee. They're conversing about what do they think Autumn would choose. I will help. You're probably with 5 int damage on tech gonna have to help him make his choice as well. Come on, Murderbug.
Come on, guy. You can pick it. Come on, reach it. Grab it. Grab it. What would he might be another strength. What?
He, for all of his decks, he does use strength for his attack rolls.
Yeah.
And he double slices and his damage.
We want to probably make him do as much damage as he can.
He's got a decent wisdom already, a 16, so he will be an okay ranger caster. So strength does make sense for the Murderbug. You want to add a +2 inherent bonus to strength as he chooses the hammer as well?
Yeah, I can throw that on a sheet.
Okay, he goes and almost like He's proud of his decision. He goes and sits beside Manny as it's kind of a pseudo-religious situation.
Shit, he's got lead blades and he hasn't been casting that shit? Like,
Nope.
it's going out of style?
No, well, he was cursed for the whole last 2 games.
Oh,
so.
did he just pick that up?
Yeah.
Zellara's pact. Should I start cascading all this through?
Yeah, go ahead. Pharisee, I have a feeling I know what Matt's going to pick, but I think we should let Matt make the decision.
So 23 strength makes the modifier +6?
+6. 1 away from a +7.
What's your int up to, Zephyros?
My int is up to 23. How about yours?
25.
Nice.
I was just looking at the table. 23, you are able to make amazing leaps of logic. 24, 25, is a world famous level intelligence sought out for advice constantly.
Where's this table? Is this a description table of the ability scores?
This is intelligence examples and descriptions. 0, you're comatose. 1, you lives by the most basic instincts, not capable of logic or reason. Humans, 10 to 11, knows what they need to know to get by. The only thing left after 24, 25 is 32 to 33, unfathomable intellect. So I got a little ways to go.
Oh yeah,
but remember, this affects your spells per day as well, right?
What
it
is
affects a ton of fun stuff like
what
that.
is Ludo's dexterity?
23 now?
23, very graceful, capable of dodging multiple thrown objects.
It is 23, yeah.
Same dex as a Kirin or a Dwemer cat.
Hell yeah.
$32. Unfathomable intellect.
What are you at, 25?
25, yeah. When do we get another ability score point at a level?
At 8th level, you get another ability point.
Okay.
What will Pharisee's charisma be if that's what she picks?
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to...
Her charisma is going to be 22. Interesting.
Wow.
Oh, she also has a 20 int. Oh, yeah, Matt might choose int too.
Is climb and jump, are those... Jump is dexterity.
We kind of ruled that you could use dex or strength for the jump portion of acrobatics.
Is acrobatics normally strength?
Normally it's dex.
Okay. Climb is strength, right?
Yep.
So that would go up to 6.
Okay, and you guys last game achieved enough XP in your Gestalt to become 5th level. And then the last thing we're going to do is roll a random percentile. We'll get Matt's decision in a moment.
Swim is strength, right?
We're going to roll a percentile to see when you guys rest here, which I assume this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you receive a unwelcome visitor to the hut, and the random percent chance is D77. If I roll a 1, anybody want to roll this?
Sure. 1d77.
Yep.
Oh god.
59.
All right, I will tick that down to 76.
So it's always if we roll a 1, right?
Yeah,
Any nat 1.
But it's gonna be like the worst of worst random encounters when that happens, or something innocuous. We'll assume that Pharisee makes her choice, and Zellara basically folds up the cards. They go back into a almost like a brick of cards, and then are sitting on top of the bag, and she disappears.
Well, okay.
Malba comes sloshing out of the bathtub. Malba thinks that Zellara wants you to deal with the spider.
Oh, strange. She didn't mention it while she was here.
Oh, the spider is a threat to the city.
Yes, of course. She did say something about setting things right. Perhaps it was what she meant.
The cats are chasing each other around, and Shelsa goes running into Luudo, and Vladimir kind of comes scampering to a halt and is looking up at Luudo.
Hello. You both having fun yet, or?
Just doing a confused circle around Luudo and trying to find Shelsa. Shelsa hops out of Luudo onto the alchemy table.
There you go.
The professor is a bit troubled, having seen and now thinking about his brother, who he hasn't thought about in quite some time. Will sit down for a few moments and stare off, mumbling to himself.
Okay. The crawling claw kind of just sits down beside you, sensing that you need time to think.
Yes.
Manny goes over and starts chopping up some meat.
Luudo was gonna give a stretch and be like, I'll be sleeping in Scuttles tonight.
Scuttles.
He goes and collects some random pillows and shawls around and goes marching back out in there.
Nice. Are you shutting the door?
The hatch is gonna slam behind him. You see like tobacco smoke coming out of the visor.
One of the chimneys. Nice. At some point you hear some like
sorry, I forgot about you. Stand clear. I open the hatch.
Vladimir.
Oh, no, I'm gonna stick my hand out of the porthole and wriggle my hand and have the cat jump into my hand.
I think the portholes are windows only at this point.
Oh, well, it is a submarine. That makes sense.
Yep. So you open up the hatch. You see Vladimir kind of like looks up into the place. He seems less sure. Shelsa's inside she doesn't take up much space, so she's inside Scuttles or whatever you called it.
Scuttles. Well, are you coming in or not? I'm tired. Had a day.
He comes in. He's unsure.
I'm gonna make a little place for them to sleep. I don't want the blankets.
Yep. They end up cuddling up together.
No funny business, you two.
Vladimir, old eyes, just looking at you. You get the sense that they talk. Like there's a period of like, like kind of like garbly cat. They talk for a little while and then eventually it gets quiet.
Luudo's gonna eye him while he kind of nods on the end of his pipe, watching him.
Okay, you catch a naked Malbud who's trying to dry out his robes and that sort of thing.
I hit the lever for the porthole.
Pixel comes in and you can see her looking inside one of the windows, trying to look inside. The night goes by relatively uneventfully.
If I think Tech will sleep in the bed.
Yep.
Will I recover 1 con normally?
You will recover 1 con normally.
Will Manny recover a wisdom and a charisma normally?
Yeah, you'll recover, I think, 1 ability point in each ability score.
Okay.
For a full night's rest. So you guys will be fine by morning.
Okay, so Tech will recover his wisdom and his int will be at -3 then? Was that how the bed work? He got like 2.
Yeah, he gets double. So he'll get all of his wisdom and he'll -3 int. So he'll be a dim bug tomorrow, but not as puppy dog. His int will be 7, so it's functional.
Well, according to this, he has dull-witted or slow, often misuses and mispronounces words.
Yeah, functional. I didn't say he was perfect. as he can wander around and still take orders a little bit better. Yeah, he falls. He actually falls into a deep sleep, which is rare for tech. Manny will eat. He will leave the catacolypse of the Qualish apparatus of Qualish. He'll sleep on the end of the bed.
Probably just fall asleep in this chair, mumbling to myself.
And I told him he couldn't have the dollars.
I need them for research. No,
Zephyros notices that there are still books you haven't explored. Of course, one of the books tried to kill you.
Yes. I think Zephyros is gonna rest before he does anything with any books.
Okay.
He's a little skeptical at this point about taking his chances. He knows he's fired off a whole bunch of spells in the previous attacks.
Okay. The next day, are you guys just kind of taking a downtime day, you know, fiddling in spell books and getting to know new familiars and kind of making your next move?
I'm not sure if we are doing that. We'd probably go back to the house for that.
I would agree.
Because all of our, like, crafting rooms...
Do have a bit of work to do on the old tank.
We might want to learn a couple of spells as well across character classes and things like that.
Yeah, given that leveling up happened, even the alchemists might want to poke around in other people's spellbooks. So it sounds like you guys, while the city of Grand Station is going through a great amount of upheaval, you guys withdraw to your hidden valley of Villa Malavella to get some downtime in with your spellbooks and your own personal researches.
And then I think we should probably consider doing two things. First of all, I think we need to help out Malbut, because we're going to need him to start selling stuff for us again, and he can't do it if he's not being around.
Yep.
Is that what you came back on, Matt?
Yeah.
So you guys spent a night in the hut. Zellara proposed a soul pact, and I'll let the party describe. Let the guys describe what that soul pact is, and then what each of their decisions were.
So the cards started to give off like a aura of anger, and so we pulled them out, and
Immediately she launched into a reading where she held 6 stars above her head, representing the 6 suits: the hammer, the key, the shield, the book, the star, and the crown, and sort of indicated to us that these could be yours, but held them back from us. Then she started to do a reading with the cards. She presented us with an empty throne upside down and points at it in anger. And as she does that, we heard the distant din and shouts of and fire and yells that the Sovereign King is dead, and the sound of boots and the terror of what's to come. And then she places the card, the Queen Mother, upside down on the throne. And then she sort of sets that aside and offers up another reading, but the reading is just the string she summons forth from her son and sort of coaxes it like a small flame, and we could tell she's angry. And there is no card, but she points at the hatch, and then she pulls a card from not even the Harrow deck, but a different deck, and it's the Death card, and she's gesturing towards the hatch, and then sort of like Baba Yaga down there, and sort of presents us with these 2 tasks she wants us to do. The Death card in the hatch is the one task, which is kill Baba Yaga, it seems, and the other one is the Queen Mother in the upside down throne, which is the current present is upside down and in turmoil, and the Queen Mother is the future, and she wants us to sort of set things right. And she offers, if we agree to that, she offers us the power of the 6 suits in exchange for the bargain. The professor sort of saw this as he's already sort of in on this bargain already, and if there's a little more offer of benefits to come, may as well double down, and agreed to it and selected the book.
from the suit hanging above her and got a +2 inherent int bonus. The hand, not to be outdone, attempted to do the same and flew through the book and landed on the ground a bit to its chagrin there. But yeah, so now the professor has 25 int and is ready to rock and roll without any con damage anymore.
All right.
Luudo is in, and he chose the key and got a +2 inherent bonus to dexterity. Manny chose strength, saying that he's in. If Luudo's in, she accepted Manny's oath, but there was a bit of sadness in her eyes when he did so. He gained a +2 inherent bonus to strength. There was a bit of deliberation as Makronom was going to follow the suit of Zephyros. Zephyros chose intelligence, gained a +2 inherent bonus. Makronom, you guys made the choice for him. He asked, like, which one should I pick? And everyone said strength, so Makronom is a little bit stronger. You had to completely guide Tech through the process.
Yes.
His current game score. He also chose the hammer and gained strength.
Okay.
And then it came down to Pharisee, and we said that she made a decision, but we don't know what the decision is yet. So, does Pharisee agree to this loosely spelled out soul pact with the angry prophetess spirit Zellara?
Yeah, I think I like Zellara more than I like this Baba Yaga.
Okay. Pharisee, out of all of you, probably has the most knowledge or sort of innate feeling that Baba Yaga is bad news.
Yeah, I was warned earlier by a Hero deck about the leader of the 6 nested covens or something along those lines, and I've got a feeling that that was a warning about Baba Yaga, who seems to be more of a rival than a mentor.
Yeah, and also we've been stumbling through her hellish mansion, prison / museum. Like, you don't just have a museum in your extraplanar hell dimension under your HUD. You know, like, if you're just some guy.
She's super powerful, and crossing her is a death wish. But I feel like we've kind of already crossed her. Despite my desire to kind of keep a low profile, and I think that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So which one of the suits do you pick? I think they're in chat.
I'm gonna go with Int.
Oh, the book.
A lot of people going hard on the book.
Nice.
Yeah, it's tempting to go Charisma, but Int is so much better for Pharisee.
The hexes, right?
It's the DC on all my spells that people would roll against. Like with Bard, are you gonna save against my heroism? I mean, no.
Okay.
So I like Charisma too. There are some Bard things that it's a tough one. Maybe I can sort of slap them both.
It ultimately comes down to the first one you touch.
Yeah, I'll touch the book first.
Okay. Zellara smiles at. There's a grim smile to Pharisee, almost like she knows something about Pharisee that Pharisee doesn't.
I want to know it too, and that's why I touched the book.
Okay. While the secrets of Zellara don't spill before you, all sorts of nuances with the way that you cast your spells and invoke your curses are unlocked.
She also sort of indicated to us that as we progress on this quest, she would grant us greater and greater power.
Okay.
So this is just like a taste.
Okay.
The party then decided that they were going to go back to the manor for some downtime, which makes sense given that some of you guys leveled. You want to learn spells from each other. This would be a good time to learn a spell from Vladimir.
Yeah. Did we spend one that night in the hut?
That night in the hut, yep.
Okay.
So Tech is clear of his wisdom damage. Oops. And he's at -3 int damage.
Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll name this particular game. And then we will drop off the stream, and then we can level up characters between now and next game.
I'll be gone next week.
Okay. I will still find some time to level up. You guys can tell me how many days of downtime you're taking. It doesn't matter to me, basically.
I don't think I need that much until we've got money that I can spend on crafting.
I would agree with that.
How much?
Maybe like a day is enough for now.
Yeah, we've got
Oh yeah, the items that you guys...
865 magic ink left.
I think it probably makes more sense for us to use some magic ink to learn spells, and then before we try and sell anything, go solve Melbit's problem first. Because we gotta go sort out Spider.
You guys gonna level up to 5th level, crack your knuckles, and go pay the spider dude a visit?
Maybe. Or we'll just stream
I'm tempted.
Along.
You guys
I
are
got
bringing
no
a
love
lot
for
of
this
beef.
spider.
After watching you guys just manhandle the chain devil is scary,
But you kinda like...
manhandled it a little bit.
The fish helped.
Yeah, the fish definitely disturbed the whole thing. It was kind of a shit disturber, but we need a name for tonight's game.
Okay. So with cat tattoos or something with the pact we just made?
Packs and tats.
Packs and tats?
Kitty tat?
Kitty tat is such a good pun.
Coup d'etat?
We're definitely yanking the Baba's chain.
Ooh.
What was the spell where you tried to wrap it in chains?
Armor lock? Chains on chains?
I see your chains and
Raise you chains?
Yeah. If only
Raise
that.
you chains?
Only that.
Being Seattle Alice in Chains?
Oh. Hey, Neil.
Yo.
If I go through on your
Professor in chains?
your spell Excel sheet or your Google Doc,
Yeah.
and I add the columns and add the spell names I have in the rows,
Mm-hmm.
will you help do your Excel magic and plug in like all of the just map the data so it pulls off the database? Because
Which one are you looking at?
I'm gonna make a new sheet in there.
Oh,
But
okay,
if you go
okay.
to in characters up at the top spell sheet, these are the columns I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like spell name you'll enter in, and it'll have school auto filled in, and then the important columns will be like what level does a wizard learn it, what level does a magus learn it, what level does a witch, what level does an alchemist.
Yeah, put the columns and stuff in there, and I'll see how many of them I can get done.
Okay, yeah, I'll fill in for my spells, because this will help it be a lot easier for us all to just like see who knows what, who still needs to know what, and then
Sure.
I think spell sharing will be a lot less complicated.
Sure.
Okay, I think this is a good place to leave it. We're going to end the stream here. Assuming we have quorum, we will play next Tuesday. The next games that happen on Die Dragon Die. This Saturday we play episode, I think, 15 of Dread and Circus Season 3. We'll get back to Vatapole and get back to Terra's Lean, which is a lot of fun. And in this game, there will be the aftermath of well, I guess the rest of the campaign is the aftermath of the pact that you just made with Zellara.
Page 2 of the manual. Here we come.
Page 2 indeed. During your downtime, do you intend on making a trip back to the slough to do any commerce? I know it's pretty quick to do because you've got the key, right?
Yeah.
You want you want Pixel to talk to Vladimir to try to learn some spells. That can be done during downtime. That requires the key to get back here. But I'm curious if you plan on going to the slough or not to get to sell any of your stuff.